Anatomists will give different names to the segments of your spine, but that's just a superimposition. It's not the truth of the body. The truth of the body is that all of the parts are connected. So very often over the years, I would have someone come into my yoga therapy practice with neck and shoulder issues, pain, even diagnoses. And they would say, "Can you help with my neck and shoulders?" Right? And I would say, we're going to work actually on the other end, because the neck and shoulder stuff is actually emanating from or resulting from compression that's further down. And you really can't just fix your neck and shoulders. The most common pattern, but not the only one with neck and shoulders, is that the head is ahead of your heart. And then shoulders often are forward. Okay. But the reason that's happening, it's not starting in your neck. We could say that the base of your neck is your rib cage, and particularly the region around your heart is the base of your neck. The truth of the body is that all of the parts are connected, and your neck doesn't think of itself or experience itself as a separate section from your rib cage. So what's actually happening is that the rib cage is compressed, and that throws the shoulders and the neck forward. And so no matter what you do with your neck, bring your neck back, stretch your neck, strengthen the muscles at the back of your neck, or try to bring your shoulders back, hold your shoulders up, strengthen your shoulders, none of that actually helps deal with the compression through the region of your heart. The other thing that people will do is arch the waist. That also doesn't actually get to the underlying issue through the rib cage, though it does mask it for a time, but the underlying issue is still there. And so you'll still have the compression in the rib cage, the neck and shoulder tension, and now an additional layer of tension in the form of arching through your waist. And that will have its own set of problems to go along with it. If we're going to say that your heart is the base of your neck, your tailbone is the root of your neck, because the compression through your rib cage also doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's coming from a deeper root tension. And so the pattern is actually the muscles at the root of your spine are tight. And in particular, from back to front, so from your tailbone forward to your pubic bone, is tucked. The buttocks is often very tight. And what that does is it causes a kind of a curling forward, like going back into a fetal position. And so then what we do is we arch the waist and maybe lift the chest in order to look as though we're straight. But really what's happening is this internal curling. So a curling through the pelvis and a curling through the rib cage. And then we counterbalance it to appear to be standing up straight by arching the waist and arching the neck. And many yoga poses that might be called back bends or heart openers simply exaggerate the arching in your waist and neck. And the bigger the movement, the more exaggerated that overstretching and arching in the already arched areas will be, and the more compression in the tight areas, your pelvis and rib cage, will be. So in this series, the movements will be pretty small because we're trying to target these specific areas and not take the path of least resistance, which will cause your neck and waist to arch. Small, supported, fine-tuned, targeted decompression through your lower pelvic region, as well as through your heart and your rib cage, while protecting your waist and neck is what we're going to do. We're also going to bring in some extra neck and shoulder movements because that's going to feel really good. And because the more decompression you get through your rib cage, the more access you'll have to the kind of neck and shoulder movements that your body is really craving and benefiting from. This is a series that is really designed to help decompress, open, soften, nourish, release the region of your heart specifically, and your whole rib cage, which is protecting your heart, but also to help give you some release and relief in your neck and shoulders, and give you insight about the underlying cause of neck and shoulder stuff. We're also going to look at, contemplate the other things that might come up when the region of the heart is compressed, being highly reactive, feeling indecisive and confused, feeling emotional ups and downs, or feeling unable to access or express feelings and emotions, and a lot more. And also, what are the benefits and the results of inquiring into opening, sensing, feeling, revealing this very sacred region of the heart?